Hey everyone, so today I'm going to do a makeup tutorial. I don't really know what I'm going for, but I guess we'll just see. So my skin is like parched. It is so like, it's not feeling the weather. So I'm gonna put a little Fix Plus on my face. Like, I'm moisturized and everything, but right now my skin's like, nope, you're not doing that. So this will help the makeup stick a little bit better and won't be as like crusty dusty. I don't really feel like I want to do like a full face, famous last words, but I do feel like I want to do like a little spot treatment on some of my acne spots. So I'm going to go in with some concealer that matches my skin tone pretty well. Or I'm going to try to if I can find my concealer. If you thought I was organized for some reason, I hate to break it to you, but I'm not. Especially when it comes to my makeup. But everything else pretty much follows along with it. So, one concealer here. So this is the lighter shade. Not really what I wanted, but I'm not gonna put any like, there we go. So this, I have one that matches my skin tone pretty well, and then I have a lighter one. So I'm going to use the lighter one underneath my eyes, make me look a little bit less dead inside, and then I'm going to use the skin toned one to just do spot treatment. When I do spot treatment, I don't like to use color correctors because the green kind of always comes through if I don't have a lot of makeup on top of it. So I'm just going to go in where I have the red spots. Now, it might look like a lot, but I promise you it's not because it's a pretty dry formula. So this is a pretty thin layer despite what it looks like. And it's like perfect match on my skin. I just like to go in with on my nose a little bit because my nose tends to be a little red. So I'm going to go and blend that out. I got a new sponge that I want to give a fair shot. I tried it with just a concealer on my bare skin, and I wasn't like in love with it, but we're gonna give it a try. It's one of those microfiber sponges, but this is from Sunset Makeup, and we're just gonna go in and tap out that concealer. See, it just blends really nicely, gives like a little bit of coverage without being like, whoa, he's wearing a fuck ton of makeup. I'm doing the under eye. Like, I don't always do under eye makeup because I don't really care if I look a little tired or a little my age because I am my age. Like, there's no point in trying to hide that, in my opinion. Okay, the sponge is doing much better with like traditional makeup where it belongs. But I'm doing under eye makeup because I got a new powder that I really, really, really want to try. So, I was gonna kind of do like a full reset on a lot of my makeup because a lot of it is not in the space that I would like it to be. Wow, that Fix Plus in my hands looks super sticky. But then I was like, why don't I just? I'm not like getting paid to do anyone's makeup right now, so why don't I just why don't I just get makeup that I actually want? So I just got a couple things, and I'm gonna be using a lot of them today, so see how that's like lighter than my skin tone, which, frankly is hard to find. Boo me. Well, like all people of color, like, you know, no brands cater to my skin tone, but being pale, finding things that are your skin tone or lighter is actually quite difficult. So this is the Makeup Revolution fucking something or other. Conceal and Define concealer. It's really, really good. I have used it for quite a while. And when they first came out, they didn't have my skin. They didn't have like a highlighter tone for my skin. So it just looks like a little bit brighter. It's not like crazy or anything else. I'm gonna put a little something there because I'm gonna powder it down because my forehead is shiny. Wow, that looks really weird. I need to put some lightness right between my brows. Oh shit, I used the wrong color, whatever. I was like, why is it not like light enough? What was I saying? I really liked this concealer when it first came out. So they didn't have my like a lighter color for me. They had my skin tone. I use the color C4, which I always find funny when I say, for my skin tone, where I use my acne concealer. But underneath my eyes, didn't have anything light enough. They only went up to C1, and then they might have had a C0, which is like a white, but they came out with a C.5, and now they have even lighter, which is like C.25, C.1, and so all of those are just like lighter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited! I haven't used it yet. Gotta find the perfect brush for this because I think that's gonna make a big difference. So this is from Pat McGrath, which is not a cheap brand, but this is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. If you don't know, Pat McGrath is an incredible makeup artist. Now, I swatched this, and it has a really dry, thin, powdery texture, which traditionally I would be really nervous to put under my eyes. Now, this is the color Light. They only have like 4 colors, and it's literally white, and it kind of has some sparkles in it, which makes me a little nervous. But I trust Pat McGrath. I trust the method, so I'm just going to go for it. In theory, we shouldn't need a lot. I'm just going to set the rest of my concealer with it, even though it says it's just for under eye. I like to break the rules a little bit. My under eyes, I don't know. I think maybe I should have added some more eye cream. Like I said, my skin's feeling pretty dry right now. So I think I can tell that this is maybe not the best for drier skin. Maybe you should have like a fresh coat of moisturizer, but it's pretty blurring and cool. It's kind of got like a, like when you swatch it, if this makes sense, it's got like a cornstarch type of feel to it, where like it's just very like very finely milled, very very thin, very dry. But I think it did the job. I think it looks good. I'm not mad, and I'm mad at a lot of things. You know what? Oh shit! I should have put my contour on. Whatever. We'll just roll with it and see if it looks like shit or not. I can always redo it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a lip stain on. I'm going in kind of all weird order. So this is one of my newer products. So this is a black lip stain, and I'm prepping for black lipstick. But for me, because I have tiny lips, especially my top lip, it smells like candy. Okay, so I'm putting this on. It like went on a lot smoother the other day. Right now it's a little bit like patchy. But the thing is, so it's a water-based stain. So it's not like an alcohol stain. Like I'm sure we've all tried lip stains that kind of like stung and dried the hell out of your lips. This is definitely not that. But your lips will not stay this black as it wears and as you blot it, because the minute that it comes in contact with any, like it looks super black right now, like if it stayed like that, oh my gosh, dreams come true. But unfortunately that's not the case, so we're gonna let that dry down and we're gonna go into contour. Now you might see this and be like, That is the color black, and you are correct. So this is the Sunset Makeup. So I got a couple things from Sunset Makeup when I got their got my most recent package. So this is the concealer, and this is their colorful concealer, and uh, and um, uh, they had gray, but I thought for like gothness, for the sake of gothness, I like the way that the black blended out better. However, it is a drier formula, so you want to kind of wet it a little bit so that it blends out a little bit so you don't have a streak like I did when I first tried it. But it's going to look noticeable because it is black and I am pale. But I like to put a little bit of contour color around. I found that it looked really weird when I didn't. So I just sprayed it with some setting spray to kind of rehydrate a little bit. And well, this side is blending a little bit weirder, if I'm being honest, but it still, I think, looks really good. It gives definitely like a more gothic fantasy. It's definitely nowhere close to blackface. Now, Sunset Makeup has become really popular for their colorful foundations, and they have a bunch of different colors, bright colors, vivid colors, and they also have a black, which, of course, if you are not black, you got to be really careful about how you use that, right? And so they came out with accompanying colors in concealer, and they had the black concealer. And I just really love the way that it turns out when you contour with it. The gray just didn't seem like it had enough punch, and it just seemed a little bit like. I mean, it probably is good for something, but for what I wanted, the more gothic fantasy. Um, you know what I really want, um, even though I set my under eye with that white powder, I kind of want to like get a little bit lighter up in here, but I don't want to go in with a bunch of foundation. So I'm just gonna go in. Where is it? So I have a white setting powder, which I want to use. So it is kind of costume makeup. I believe it's by Ben. And I use it to set like my white makeup. There it is. So this is Ben Super White Professional Face Powder. As you can see, it usually gets so much you're like, I'm never gonna use all this. And they do have other colors. I mean, obviously they have the very famous, very well known banana powder, which was such a trend in like 2016 and stuff. But the super white is quite light, and I just want to use that to bring some more light to my face, just to increase that contrast of the contour. Make sure I don't have too much powder on my brush at any one time. Just to see how that kind of like brightened everything up. I'm also going to take that to my chin because I don't really have much of one. So I'm hoping that this will help me out. Bring forth those features, and I can also clean up that contour. See, this side looks so good, and this side is like, meh. It just kind of looks like just darkness. Gonna make sure it's not too crusty looking up close. So now that I've got the lip stain on and it is dry, I can already see where on my lips it's kind of like coming off. So it's kind of like a magic trick. It's so weird. You can have it super super black, and then like you can eat greasy foods, you can drink, it's like fine, and then the minute you like lick your lips, it's gone. It's so weird. So watch this. I know this is probably really gross to watch. So it just kind of gives you kind of like a dead kind of gray black tone to your face. And but I find it I really like the way it looks by itself. It kind of just looks kind of grungy, but I'm gonna put the Sunset Makeup black liquid lipstick on it, which is I think it's called Void, but it's the color 39. And then once I put the black lipstick on top, it will stay. Now, if you don't have a problem keeping lipstick on in general, you might be like, those are a lot of steps for just your lips. But for me, like I said, my top lip kind of disappears and half of it goes into my mouth, and that makeup just comes off immediately. So doing this two-step process is nice. I like the liquid lip stain. I had different expectations, but then I watched a video of the owner using it, and when they used it and wiped it off, it looked exactly like mine. So I was like, I don't know why I had different expectations. That's on me, not on them. Also, like, they're queer owned, they're trans owned, very affordable pricing. I mean, like, for real, like, for an indie makeup brand, their prices are so affordable. It's kind of crazy. So I definitely suggest looking at Sunset Makeup. They have a lot of cool stuff. I really want to see some expansion of their eyeshadow colors. But they're really kind of going in a direction which is like super fun and freaky, which I like, if you can believe it. So I've got my contour on. I might go in with some powder, some like kind of gray toned contour color. Um, and I'm just gonna kind of reinforce that so that it's not just like a random black line. Now, if you're like, this is kind of boring watching Ian do his face, don't worry, we're about to get to the extra cool part, which I think the contour and like the lip stuff is super cool, but I have just gotten in a new liner actually today, so I'm super excited to use it. So I have been raving about the white, the ghostly liner from Hollow Grave Cosmetics. They're a little bit more on the expensive side. I think this liner might have cost like $17, which is on par with like a relatively premium makeup line like MAC. But they have a bunch of different colors, and I got this color called Fester. And like, it's so weird because like, what's weird is like the owner always describes it as like an ugly yellow, but to me, this is like the most beautiful, bright lime piece of green. And so it's like, it's all about perspective, right? Like, some people are like, ew, no, I would never use that color. And I'm like, yes. I'm just gonna use my brush cleaner to get any excess product off of. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to use the white and the green together. Not really sure what I'm gonna do. I like doing the white on the eyebrows, but I feel like it's by itself with that quantity. It's a little bit, I don't know. It's not the fantasy from afar. So it comes with a little like styrofoam sealer that like helps keep the product closed, and then also comes sealed, which is pretty cool. So like, oh my god, look at that! And it's a gel liner. The good thing about gel liners is they honestly, if you take care of them, you seal them up properly, they will last you so long, which is why I don't mind the price tag for them. So I've been doing like a pointy, like Vulcan brow. I think I said Vulcan really weird, but whatever. So I'm gonna make sure it blends into my brow a little bit better. And then I'm gonna kind of give it some definition in a second. I'm going through my whole brow, unlike the other day where I just did the edge of my brow in white. And so the whole brow is green. It goes over the brow hairs really, really nicely. The thing about gel is that once you put it on, you kind of want to leave it. It doesn't layer really well once it's dried, so. Like, for example, like I have a MAC gel liner that I've literally had for like over a decade, and it just like it fucking still works, and I still have so much of it. Like it's gonna dry up before I can use all of it, so it's definitely worth it if you are a liner kind of person or you like bringing color into your makeup, or even if you're just using black or brown, like it's still really good. So alright, so we got green brows going on. I think I'm gonna do something, I don't know. I'm just trying to have like a fun time with makeup. And that's the thing for me is like just like having fun with makeup. Look how black my lips look when they're matte. Oh my gosh. Finding a good black lipstick has been such a journey for me as someone who has trouble keeping lipstick on. Like some people can kind of just throw on any lipstick, throw on something from the the drugstore and it works perfectly for them. And just like here's an example, I just use my vape. You can see like a little black line there, but like really like none of it's transferring. It's like it's transfer proof. Like oh, it's so nice and it lasts really well. And I'm so excited about this lip stain because even as it fades, my lips underneath are still gonna be like gray black. So it's gonna now. They also have a brown, which is very intriguing to me. And then the rest of their lip stains at Sunset Makeup are pretty like natural colors, but if you like, I hope it has the same formula because, I mean, I don't really want lip stains personally, but I know a lot of other people want to use them, and so if you want like a more natural color, if it has the same consistency as this, I highly recommend. I mean, I hope it does because it's awesome. One thing that did kind of weird me out, the container for this is kind of like flower shaped. Can you see that it's kind of like ridged? And so when I first grabbed it, I was expecting like a round tube, and then it's not round, and I was like, ah! I don't know. That freaked me out. I'm weird. Don't judge me. So now I'm going to use the white, which of course I've dipped into quite a few times. Okay, so I put white on the outside, and I feel like that really kind of helped the green pop against my skin. You could also have like white shadow underneath it, and that would help it pop a little bit more. Oops. It's a very smooth product. I think gel might be a little bit harder to use for beginners, but once you get past kind of the initial um, change in texture from like a cream liner, it's honestly the best, and it lasts so long. Honestly, the other day when I did my white brows, I fell asleep. I took a nap for several hours, and I am a pretty restless sleeper, and it like it stayed. It didn't move at all. So I'm gonna do some white highlights on my skin just to kind of give like some, uh, you know, whatever. Okay, so just a little white liner. I love the way that looks. I also have a white mascara somewhere from them, but because I have tiny lashes, I do find it a little hard to use because it's a big brush and it doesn't quite get where I need it to, but whatever. Makeup is so individual as to what will work well for one person to another. You know, it doesn't mean it's a bad product just because it doesn't work for me. I did a little thing on my nose to give it like a weird shine. I've seen other people do it. I decided to give it a try. Okay, so I did a little V on top of my lips to make my Cupid's bow pop. I'm not gonna do the inner corner because I'm not feeling that today. And then I think I want to do something else, but then it just slipped my mind just like that. Let me see what I got. I like swear that I had a plan, and then the plan shifted because I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, Ian, you're such a dumbass. So I know where the yellow. So I got the colorful mascara in yellow and white. I also have this glitter mascara from Sunset Makeup. Actually, now that I think about it, I have quite a few Sunset Makeup products, but they've pretty much all been winners. I mean, I really like their products a lot. Okay, well, we're gonna go in with some mascara. This one smudges on me quite a bit, but we're not gonna worry about that. That's future Ian's problem. It's good enough. If you notice that the side of my hair is really patchy, it's sticky. It stained my skin quite a bit. So like, I'm trying to like square. It looked a lot worse earlier. So progress, not perfection. I feel like I want to put the green somewhere else. I feel like I need to fully employ the use of this green. I'm thinking I might put a stripe on my lower lip. That's not a mirror, that is my phone. Now this can be challenging when you have a piercing right there. That's pretty cool. The piercing definitely is like a weird aspect of it, but that's okay. Yeah, I kind of am feeling this fantasy. Okay, so I think that's gonna be it for my makeup tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. You probably didn't learn anything, but that's okay. Neither did I. So yeah, so I am very happy with the green. It is so cool. I can't wait to do a bunch of makeup and then do the green or white liner with it. So cool. I love the contour. It's just beautiful. It blends so nice. It's a very thin formula. Um, so if you're looking for a lot of coverage from this, I think it's more about like tonality rather than coverage, but that's what I was looking for, so I'm cool with that. So this is my makeup look. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.